Couple hours drive west of San Antonio, nestled in the Texas Hill Country, is a quiet, quaint little town called Leakey. With a population of less than 500, it's quite small, but it harbors a big secret. American businessman, rancher, and car enthusiast Rhett Butler holds the keys to that big secret. In fact, he holds several hundred sets of keys, each one paired to an individual car. While Rhett has amassed a wide range of hard-to-find collectibles, from Bonneville hot rods and racers, exotic vintage roadsters like a 1930s Grand Page, a 1932 Muroc, a 32 Ford Mirage Highboy, and some other rare vintage Lincolns, Mercedes, etc., his stable of fully restored 1932, 33, and 34 Fords are among the best in existence. Once every 2 years, Rhett invites 50 or so of his closest personal and business friends, including some legendary names in the car world, like Jerry Kugel and Sons, to admire and enjoy his collection up close and in person. And these lucky folks also get a chance to take a few laps around the adjacent quarter-mile track on the car barn-filled property, preceded and followed by some on-site catered meals under a huge tent. The 2-day event, aptly called the Butler CarBQ.
I started thinking about, look at all these things that we dream about in Texas or in the U.S. Original Henry Ford steel flatheads, differential transmissions, wheels, and all. And I thought, this is gold mine. So I started looking around, and they were everywhere. So I started making deals, and that's how it all started off. In Uruguay. Not here, because you can't find them anymore. They're just not here. The original stuff.
Rhett's collection is both wide and deep. It ranges from completely untouched to fully restored, with several in process along the way at any given time. A quick random sampling of Rhett's collection includes a 1923 Ford Model T, a 1927 Chevy pickup, a 29 Chrysler race car, a 30 Grand Page Roadster, a 32 Ford Deuce Coupe, a 33 Ford Brewster Town Car, a 33 four-door Deluxe, a 33 Ford Roadster, several 34 Ford three-window coupes, these two in a deep red and a tan, a 34 Ford four-door from South America, a 34 Ford Woody wagon, a 38 Daimler-Benz, a 39 Lincoln Zephyr with a V12 engine, a 50 Mercury Barris Custom two-door sled, a 55 Ford pickup, and a 66 Ford Mustang Fastback. Now let's hear a few words from his friend Jerry Kugel.
Red puts out his hand. He says, "Hello, I'm Red Butler.
Absolutely.
And do you remember me?" And I said, "With a name like Red Butler, how can I forget you?" I said, "I know all about it." So here we are, 40 years later. I finally met the man I did some work for back in the 60s. Well, ever since 2007, we've been fast friends.
I had met Red many years ago, probably 40 years ago. We share a passion in the 34 Fords, as well as Bonneville, and we share that as well.
Oh, I miss our car.
This is where I knew you were the one.
This is what
You let me run out of gas 3 times and you didn't mind.
I know.
Just let us enjoy ourselves.
I know.
I bought this car from a guy in Massachusetts who had it for many years, and I bought it restored from another guy that I know. This was an immaculate Dearborn Award-winning car, and this is the car that we drove in Green, Texas, and on a tour. And this is the first time I had it out, and we ended up. This is our first old car date.
That's right. That's right.
And
You get choked up, don't you? Yes. He loves his car.
well, I love you.
Oh.
It's every 2 years. We don't want to wear people out. I asked Marty about that. Do you think we ought to have it every year? Because some of those guys from TMI, they're barely moving, and I'm thinking, 2 years right now, unless we got more guys dropping out, maybe we have to hurry this thing up a little bit. We found a restorer now, Alan Hicks, his wife, Tammy. She's the one who cleans the floor and cleans the cars with unbelievable inside and out. And Alan is the restorer, takes the body off, sandblasts the frames and all that kind of stuff, and start from scratch.
Well, this is just what they look like when we get them, and they go from tearing them completely down, stripping them all the way down to the frame, tearing all the parts off. You see here, we take them all the way down like this. We take the chassis apart and everything. The engine comes out, transmission, everything comes out. And I take it out and I sandblast it. And I sandblast in the frame and everything. All the old paint off of the body. And that's, and then we just sandblast them, and then they come in and I repair whatever's got to be repaired on the fenders and stuff. But that's what I do.
He's a great painter. He's like the Kugels, just precise, and he does what he says he's going to do. And that's a big step forward in this business of restoring and getting things back. You get somebody that's like that, like Jerry and Joe and Jeff and Judy and the whole family. It's a mom and pop shop.
As the CarBQ name implies, the heart of the event is the cars and, of course, sharing some great Texas barbecue. But the soul is really about good friends coming together, visiting, enjoying each other's company, and sharing the stories behind the cars. And if Red has a collection of things more numerous than his cars, it just may be his collection of colorful and very interesting stories.
Right after World War II, there's a midget racer track, basically where the Astrodome is on South Main. It was Playland Park, had, rides. It was a fun place to go. But every Sunday they had midget car races, Offenhauser engines from Los Angeles, little bitty cars, but they were really fast. So Daddy took me in every Sunday, and I really got the bug. A friend of my dad's was a racer there. He lived in Rosenberg, and he was a midget racer. He won a lot. He was really set up for the big time. But his name was incredible. It was Speedy Matheny. And we were always yelling for Speedy. So he would win trophy dash and all that. And great guy, friend of the family's. And so one day he came by, he had his midget, and we only had gravel streets in Rosenberg. And we only lived like a block and a half from Speedy. And so he came with his midget, off-powered midget by the house. Said, "Rick, come on, hop on in." And they were so tiny, I was able to fit in there. I was only about 6, 7 years old. And he said, "Hang on." And he took off with that midget, going around the corners in Rosenberg, throwing gravel all over the place. And wide, really cooking. Those things they're just like A.J. Floyd once said, it's like sitting on a keg of dynamite. Those things would really. So we were going around in our part of town over there in Rosenberg, all the houses are still there today, coming around, and I said, "Boy, this is for me." And that's what got the bug. That's what got me started and interested in things like that, racing and fast cars and midgets and sprint cars and drags and Bonneville cars and all that.
Many guests enjoyed a couple of laps and a dozen or so of the many cars, and the catering crew wrapped up the day with a great barbecue meal. At the end, Rhett and Mari rounded up some special gifts, all handmade in South America, and gave to all the guests.
The ambassador is a former Marine in Vietnam. So don't mess with him. Wait a minute, you guys think of it, or something there, or you all hands speak.
Thank you very much.
We're already gone yet. But we'll take a picture.
I'll find something to do with this.
You can do that. Okay, Donna. Thank you, brother. She is the tax assessor collector for Real County.
And so, with the cars shown and driven, food and drink shared, and generous gifts for all, another successful CarBQ comes to an end. On behalf of Rhett and Murray, Austin, Alan, and the whole team that made this possible, thank you for coming, and we look forward to seeing you again next time.